Welcome back to the Humble Healer podcast with Dr. Quang Lei. Thanks for taking the time to join me on this episode. Today, we'll talk about the best exercises to boost your wellness. So, at the end of this podcast, I would love to convince you to make time for exercises because this is extremely important medicine that we all should be taking daily to nurture our health, our mind, our body, and spirit. So the key is that you start a routine and you start slowly, but you maintain it. I will repeat this again later, but the best exercise is the one that you do every day, regardless of what it is. It could be a best exercise you've ever had, but if you don't do that every day or you don't do that on a routine basis, then it's not going to help you. Let's start with the myth of the 10,000 steps. So there is no hard science backing up this claim that you need to take 10,000 steps to gain any health benefits. The reality is that it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to walk these 10,000 steps. So if you have a walking job where you stand and you use your smartwatch to monitor and you can get up to 10,000 steps, that's great. And one time I was recording that. I recorded that at work, and I had a stand-up desk at the time, and I was able to get about 7,000 steps in a 12-hour shift just from moving around and pacing back and forth sometimes during work, and going to see my patients and then go to the lounge and so on. If you have a long shift and you stand and you alternate that with sitting, it's not very difficult. But if you have a sitting job, and that's something that will take a lot of time to get to. The origin of this comes from a Japanese pedometer in the 1960s, where they came up with a marketing ploy. Since the Japanese character for 10,000, the number 10,000 looks like a walking person, that was chosen as a marketing tactic, and it stuck with not only the Japanese market, but everywhere else too, with 10,000 steps in order to feel better or gain benefits. There are exercises that have been shown to accomplish the same goal as walking 10,000 steps in half of the amount of time. The first is called the Japanese interval walking training. One can walk normally for 3 minutes, very easy to do, and then you alternate that with a brisk walking, like you're late for work for another 3 minutes, and repeat this cycle 4 times for a total of 30 minutes. Compared to regular walking, this method can double your aerobic capacity, improve your sugar control, as well as lower your blood pressure by improving your vessel stiffness, leading to reduced risk of stroke, heart attacks, and other adverse cardiovascular outcomes, and reverse your heart aging by 2 decades, as well as improve quality of life. That's pretty unbelievable to me. Another method that significantly improves your work efficiency and health outcome is the Norwegian 4x4, which is a higher level training of a structural high intensity training, and consider one level higher than the Japanese walking training. The biggest surprise is the small dose of high intensity exercise can go a long way, and studies have shown even a 10 minutes of intense exercise can cause significant improvement in health outcome. And the Norwegian 4x4 exercise method apply this to this structural interval exercises. So after 3-minute warm-up, you go to a high intensity 4-minute exercise, followed by 3 minutes of active recovery, and you repeat it 4 times for a total of 35-minute interval. The key is not working out until you collapse, but to train your cardiopulmonary and musculoskeletal system to last throughout this whole 4 minutes of high intensity. One can start with a brisk walk interval, like the Japanese walking method, but can increase to jogging to 4 minutes or even slow sprinting. One can do this with rowing, hiking, and so on. The idea is to be able to get up to 85 to 95% of your maximal aerobic capacity for that 4-minute duration. One study showed that a group of sedentary patients that adopt the 4x4 training method reverse their cardiac aging by 20 years only after 2 years of adoption. So this method lowers blood pressure, increases vessel elasticity, and increases VO2 max by 18%. VO2 max Let's talk briefly about this because this is a significant indicator of how healthy you are and how fit you are and how long you will live. VO2 max is the volume of maximal volume of oxygen that you can absorb from increasing aerobic activities. And this is an indicator of how well and coordinated your cardiac and pulmonary system can work to absorb the oxygen and bring that into your cardiovascular system. And also one also need to have a capable musculoskeletal system in order to consume this high concentration of oxygen. So this is not something that you can get overnight, of course. Something that you need to train your body to slowly increase its capacity. Combination of the musculoskeletal system, the cardio and pulmonary system, as well as the system that connect the cardio and the pulmonary system. So VO2 max is one of the strongest predictor of how long you will live. And those with higher VO2 max have reduced risk of dying from all kind of disease, heart disease, strokes, especially diabetes and even cancer. On the flip side, having lower VO2 give you a higher risk of death than even smoking from heart attack, strokes, and diabetes. A recent, National Institutes of Health studies show that moving those with low VO2 max to high VO2 max lead to a 50% reduction in all-cause mortality. VO2 max is an indicator of your body reserve. The higher it is, the more you can handle any physical stress, illness, or just normal aging. Studies have shown that just 2 to 3 times per week of the 4x4 training method can have such an outsized reduction in cardiovascular mortality rate due to an increase in VO2 max. A great advantage is that it does not take a lot of time to achieve this great benefit, since time is among the biggest barrier to being physically active for a lot of people. A recent large study showed that you only need 2,500 to 4,000 steps to have a reduction in all-cause mortality, cancer and type 2 diabetes, and dementia. And the benefit is dose dependent up to about 7,000 steps. So the bottom line, do not think that you need to take 2 hours to take 10,000 steps in order to gain significant health benefits. By incorporating the Japanese interval training technique, you can achieve the same goal at 7,000 steps at half the time. The extra minute of increased intensity can make a big difference. Best exercise to lose visceral fat. So visceral fat is something that the fat in your internal organs. It's not in a subcutaneous level, like underneath your skin, but in your liver, in your spleen, heart, brain, and so on. It's more difficult to get rid of visceral fat. And studies have shown that vigorously intense exercises and high intensity interval training, like the Norwegian 4x4 method, both were found to be the most effective at reducing visceral fat based on a recent meta-analysis of 84 studies. Even though resistance training is very important in maintaining your lean body mass, bone, and muscle, it is not as effective as HIIT, which is high intensity interval training and intense cardio exercises. I do not downplay the importance of resistance training, since I do have 3 days a week dedicating to resistance training. I think that is essential part of maintaining your fitness is to increase your bone and body mass and lean body mass. The bottom line is that all exercises in some way or others are beneficial to your health, and the best exercise is the one that you stick with. Consistency beats the perfect plan every time. Studies show that the best HIIT plan, high intensity interval training, is the one that take up to about 45 minutes, about 2 to 3 times a week. Get your heart rate up to 70 to 80% of maximum capacity, which is moderately intense. One easy way to tell if you are doing moderate intense exercise is that you can still talk, but you sound a little out of breath. If you do vigorous exercises, then you can only speak a few words before having to pause to take a breath. The effect of exercise is dose dependent. The more you do, the more benefit you will get, meaning improvement in cardiovascular health and reduction in visceral fat. Just by changing from being sedentary to walking 7,000 steps per day reduces all-cause mortality by 50 to 70%, bottom line. And by using the Japanese brisk walking interval up to about 30 minutes per day, 2 to 3 times a week, you double all the benefits of simply walking. And at the high end of physical activity intensity is a Norwegian 4x4 method to increase your VO2 max and further reduce your all-cause mortality rate and improve quality of life. So here's my summary and my top 10 recommendation for anyone that's considering taking up exercises as part of your daily activities. Number one, make that time daily for your wellness. On my meditation messages, I do have that message: daily dedication to wellness. Today is my weight day, and I will share with you my routine, and you can work on a routine for yourself 7 days a week, um, as what best fits you and your style and your capacity. The key is that for me, I used to do 5 days a week, then I went up to 6 days a week since I realized that my body is older. So I need to work harder to maintain the same level of fitness and functionality. So now I'm at 7 days a week. And I feel like sometimes if you do only a few days a week, you tend to sometimes increase the risk of dropping off. So you say, oh, this is not my day of working out. And eventually they go down to 1 day a week and then you completely stop. Life gets in the way and so on. But if you do 7 days a week, it's mandatory, no excuse. It's like brushing your teeth. You make that time and there's no if, ands, or buts about it. So make it a priority, like brushing your teeth, eating, drinking. This is a daily vitamin for your body, mind, and spirit. And they all need daily nurturing and support as much as that of any of your loved ones. Start with 15 minutes and set up to go to 45 minutes or so daily, slowly for the future. And make a goal every month, go up by 5 minutes to 20 minutes. And then you can easily do some sort of exercise. You can do running in place, kick your knees up. That's a great core training right there. And then do 10 push-ups. Just so many different ways you can start with 5-10 minutes of quick exercise. And then number two, get a smartwatch or fitness device and start tracking your calories burned and steps make daily. If you can, also track your calories consumed to see how many calories you consume. And you do not need 10,000 steps to start reaping benefits from exercises. Only 25,000 steps are needed. Only 500 steps are needed. And if you can make this work, that is great. For morning routine, start with some morning yoga, and you can start 5 minute your morning yoga and then some meditation. Start working on your goals and start working on your meditation messages for yourself and fine tune them. Set small goals and meet them consistently every day. Yoga stretches can be your warm up for your physical activities. Stability is durability. Getting hurt to keep you away from the gym or doing your physical routines. So it's essential, extremely important. Also, yoga can prevent a lot of injuries, which I have seen in my clinic. So it's important to maintain a baseline flexibility, not only to allow you not to get hurt during workouts, but also prevent you from getting hurt during just doing routine daily activities. Hydrate well, since consider adding one electrolyte packet to the morning water right after waking up, about 8 to 16 ounces. You are clinically dehydrated after slumbering or sleeping for 8 to 10 hours or 8 hours due to zero water consumption and loss of fluid from breathing overnight, especially when you have to breathe overnight in a very dry air environment in New England or any cold weather living area with the heater running all night. Your musculoskeletal system will less likely to get injured. Think about this initial water consumption. It's like lubrication for your engine before getting the car moving. Very important to get that started. And then continue with aggressive hydration throughout the day until around 4 p.m. And after that, use a soft landing technique with not as aggressive with hydration. And then 2 hours prior to bedtime, shut off the water consumption so that you turn your kidneys down from making more urine, so you do not have to wake up to pee. So that's my hydration technique to keep my system lubricated and active and not getting hurt. Number 5, regular physical exercise keep your rest and digest system active, and it keep your fight or flight system dormant. You will be healthier and live longer due to the multitude of benefits derived from daily exercises. We want to live longer, but we also want to have a good quality of life too. So having good health is just as important, or if not more, than longevity. And also, you'll be happier too with exercise due to the production of happy hormones from physical exercise, meditation, and yoga. These have been shown to be elevated during meditation, exercise: dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, melatonin, oxytocin, and even sometimes endorphins in a small amount. Medication that we take to boost these levels cause side effects, sometimes very intolerable side effects. So it's better to achieve an elevation of these hormones by earning them through physical exercises. Sweating, the bigger sweat, the more you sweat, the higher level of these hormones that you will produce to provide that positive energy boost for your daily activities and daily lives. Number 7, you will be more resilient due to improved immune system, less likely to get sick or affected by mental stress, and less likely to get injured due to resilience of your musculoskeletal system. Number 8, exercise can help with weight loss by allowing you to burn more calories. Number 9, for the elderly, exercise is strengthening your bone and muscle mass, reducing the risk of fractures, which can be devastating as one can get older. And number 10, the best exercise is the one that is done consistently, lifelong. So start slow, start small, but maintain and improve over time. Remember that. Try to up to a certain limit, upper limit of yourself. Try to push every week, every month. Try to go a little bit more. There is no progress without discomfort. So just go up slowly, but maintain that. Never go back down. Because as your body is like a car, the car is getting older, you need to put in a little bit more work and make sure that you go up slowly and make sure your body can handle it. I've seen people going up, they got motivated and they went up bench press 200 pounds, the whole pec muscle, and then had to be out of commission and get surgery done for 6 months. Don't be that someone. Just start slowly, follow your body's guide, and do everything every day. Do something different in order to reduce the risk of injuries, and also make sure you work all your muscle groups. Maybe that's my number 11 tips. Thank you for tuning in, and please practice and come up with a system for your wellness with physical activities. Share with your loved ones, and leave me a comment. Tell me where you are listening from. I would love to hear what you do for your fitness routines. Thank you so much.